Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
And the Punisher.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Daredevil Season 2 First Impressions. What's up, guys? I'm your host, Cleo, and with me I have Dom.
How's it going?
And Mike.
Hi. There we go.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. This is
Mm.
Season 2 of Daredevil, and we all loved the first season.
You see the twitching? This is the I have not binged watched the other 12 episodes twitches.
Aww. I feel so bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, because we're adults and we all have self-control.
I don't.
Clearly, do I have
Clearly you
self-control.
do, since you only watched the first episode.
No, see, the Division's out, and I've been playing that.
Oh.
So I've been
There were plenty of
preoccupied.
distractions. Plenty of
Preoccupied
distractions.
and self-control are two totally different things.
In the pre-show, we were discussing Barney Stinson. I've been watching How I Met Your Mother. Just marathoning that, having it on next to me. I'm already into season
Yeah.
4.
Jesus Christ.
A half hour each. Well, 20-something minutes each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still.
I'm
It's a
terrible.
lot.
Yeah.
I was honestly afraid we were either going to have to change the way we do these shows or I was going to have to do this one myself.
Hey, it's been a while since we've had a one-woman podcast.
Yeah, this is true. Because I was, just chat. I was like, okay, who's doing Daredevil? And everyone's like, I don't think I can not watch the whole thing. Like, no!
Now, see, let me just say, I watched the first episode. I was in a paying attention to a video game trance during the first 4 minutes of episode 2, so I have no idea what the hell happened. That's when I shut it off. And I caught, passing glances at the show, 'cause my wife was watching it. I think she's, halfway through it. I don't know. But, just passing glances, and no plot was spoiled.
That's
But
good.
the passing glances I saw, oh my god, what an amazing casting decision for Frank Castle.
Oh, yeah.
He looks the part.
You mean
really
Shane?
well.
I'll never see him as anything but Shane from The Walking Dead. I'm
All right,
sorry.
yeah.
He
Yes.
doesn't look like Shane.
He
No.
still looks like Shane.
Like,
to me.
I don't see Shane. It's just like David Tennant and Jessica Jones, where it was like the first couple seconds, I was like, oh, it's the Doctor, but then it was just like, I don't see the Doctor anymore.
I don't know. Every time I watch The Big Bang Theory and see Johnny Galecki, I still see the little kid from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Wow.
All right.
I have a hard time letting go of roles.
Let's start with the beginning of this episode. It's, Daredevil running around catching these dudes who are stealing money, taking teenagers captive,
Looked like bank robbers.
and okay, bank robbers.
That was my guess. I actually didn't see what they stole.
They,
Stole.
yeah, you're right, I didn't see what they stole either. Whatever. That's not the point. That's not what's important about that scene. The end of it, he's standing on the roof, smiling. I'm like, oh no. He's really pleased with himself.
He's having
he
too
is
much fun.
He's having fun and he's overconfident, which in the beginning of a season of anything is not good because he's gonna get taken down really fast.
You know what? A main character overconfidence thing? I didn't even think about that, but yeah.
Oh, immediately when that, I was like, oh man, this is a great scene. And then at the end he was smirking. I'm like, oh, this is bad.
Well, it continues on with the conversation with Foggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So it's not even just. I mean, the smirk is a great setup for it, but then it continues on with Foggy, and you see that whole conversation they have. You're not impervious to bullets, you know.
You're gonna be fighting a dude that exclusively shoots people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty much exclusively.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm so happy Foggy's not with lawyer bitch anymore.
Why?
Because lawyer bitch.
She had really bright eyes and a really creepy smile.
She was a terrible person.
Yeah.
Foggy's too good for her.
I liked her.
You're being such an asshole right now. I'm impressed. That's hot.
I still liked her. I liked everything she did this episode. She's like that one, like, very arrogant guy. You know, you are my only chance. He's like, I can't be at a hospital. You
Oh,
are
no,
my.
no, no. You're talking about Karen. I'm talking about the blonde from last season.
Foggy's main squeeze.
Foggy's.
Oh!
Yeah, the
Who-
blonde lawyer
Okay,
from the
okay.
firm. The other
Yeah,
firm.
yeah, yeah. I was thinking. See, it's been so long since we watched Daredevil. I was thinking that the two of them were together.
Well, they went on dates, but Karen
that's
was
why.
being all weird with, talking about Matt while she was with Foggy, and I was not okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting until Karen finds out that, she's got to find out that Matt is Daredevil at some point.
I mean, it's going to be hard to keep that secret.
Yeah,
sure
It was
he's
already hard last season.
Huh?
It was already hard last season.
It's true.
And then my thing is, Karen's going to figure it out just, like, yeah, I get it, you're blind, but you really can't be tripping over that many things.
I mean, he does
Yeah,
play
yeah.
a killer game of pool.
Oh, so I'm watching, I'm like, come on, there's no way you're bad at pool. Like, just hustle her. Hustle, like, sweep the table.
Like, she walks away, and he shows Foggy that he just sinks the
Just,
ball.
yeah, she
Come on,
walks
man.
away and he sinks like a 2 or 3 combo, just like, ding! It's like, walking away.
Yeah, Foggy was like, he was showing off. So time period, and I figure once we watch the whole season, we'll know exactly where this fits in. But it's summer. It's the middle of summer.
Uh-huh.
Is it last summer? Is it before Jessica Jones happened? Is it
I think it's right now.
right now? But it's not summer. You think it's like
Practically
100?
summer.
You think it's like 100 degrees in March?
Yeah.
No.
This feels like it's a New York summer.
It's Hell's Kitchen. You got to turn the heat up.
Like I said, I'm sure we're gonna get answers when we watch it in context in the whole season. But I was just because we were just talking about where all the pieces fit when we were talking about Jessica Jones, and to see that it's summer in season 2 of Daredevil, it's like, where does this go?
Right.
Where do you belong? Does it happen after Civil War? I don't know. I was thinking way too hard about it, and I just have to stop.
I don't think it's after Civil War.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So how about them Irish?
Oh my God. They had like this mob meeting. Oh, his ringtone.
His ringtone.
When his phone went off, I was like, could you possibly be more stereotypical? But yeah,
They really
was
needed to drive home the point that he was Irish.
Oh yeah, they needed to
what
make
that
sure
came
you
down
knew
to.
they were Irish.
Yeah.
That was an interesting meeting. I was trying to figure out who the kid's father was, because the youngest person at the table, like the guy who looked like he was in charge, kept saying thanks to his father.
Right.
Thanks to your father. Who is that kid? Who's his father? He's dead now, so I guess it
I'm
doesn't
guessing,
matter that
well,
much.
he's dead now, but I'm guessing the father was not present at said meeting.
I would assume that too.
He could be some, like, higher up
Yeah.
in the mob or so, or maybe he's completely unrelated. Maybe thanks to maybe he's an associate from another crime family that's not Irish.
Maybe. Yeah, because the kid didn't open his mouth. Not that it mattered, because not many of them had accents.
Right, so we didn't know if he was, did he have that heavy Brooklyn going on, You had no idea. Not a clue. He could have been Italian.
Yeah, that's true.
This terrible Italian accent brought to you by me.
Terrible Italian, terrible Brooklyn. Take your pick.
Bad. I don't do
Terrible
accents.
accent.
Period.
I don't do them. I'm surrounded by them daily.
Yes, I mean, we're introduced to, this version of New York, the MCU, as being in the middle of Fisk's, controlling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they sort of lay it down that before Fisk was around, the Irish ruled the streets.
And where, And we're also introduced to, like, we had all of the organized crime families under Fisk, except for the Irish.
Right. Yeah, it was the Russians, the Chinese, Japanese.
The Russians, Chinese, Japanese, and Owlsley, who was just, the money guy. So
Yeah.
no Italians, no Irish.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And even,
we were introduced to them. I mean, it's like thinking, oh wow, so the Irish mob is going to be a really big player in this season. No, they're not.
I mean, they could still be.
They
That
might.
was a group of a dozen guys.
Right.
Especially if the kid's father is, another
all
head
right, all
of the
right.
Irish mob, then we could have more of them come. But clearly they are tied to the Punishers. Well, okay, everyone knows the Punisher story, right? We can just say it right now.
Go for it.
They're
Dom might not know.
the Irish are connected to, clearly, since he shot him up, the Punisher's the death of his family.
Yeah.
Everyone he targets, or at least starting out, everyone he targets has something to do with the loss of his family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's safe to assume.
That's Frank Castle's
I've
entire
seen
motivation.
both really terrible. Well, the first Punisher movie was actually not bad.
Yeah.
The second one was awful.
I didn't mind the second one. The thing about it was, I enjoyed both of those movies. But after I had seen them, I forgot I saw them. They were extremely forgettable.
They didn't
Yeah.
stick with you. And I have a feeling this version of the Punisher will stick with you.
Yeah, I have that feeling.
What do you mean? I forgot about him already.
Bang.
Yeah, because I guess I watched it when it first came out, and then my dad got it on DVD, and he was like, "Did you see The Punisher?" And I'm like, "No." And I sat down, and halfway through, I'm like, "I've seen this movie before."
With
I
John
had completely
Travolta.
forgotten that I had seen it.
I love John Travolta in that movie.
Was John Travolta in that movie?
He played the villain.
Did he? I don't even remember. And I've seen it more than once.
And he got dragged off by the car at the end, and the car was driving away into the bombs. You don't.
No,
That was
I
the
don't
best part of the movie. Oh my god.
I don't remember.
That was the first one. And I don't remember a goddamn thing about the second one because that movie was awful.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Irish
Anyway.
guys.
Yeah,
Lots
so
of
the
bullets.
Irish. That was an interesting scene. Because you're right. You're thinking like, oh, these guys are going to be important down the line, and then everybody dies. It's like, okay,
It's
all
like,
right.
all right, I know the Punisher is going to be an antagonist, or like the antagonist
Yeah.
this season.
John Travolta played Howard Saint.
Okay.
Okay. So I was all expecting, okay, so now we get the Irish because all the other organized crime like influences are gone. The Japanese disappeared, the Chinese packed up and left, the Russians are dead or, falling apart. So yeah, have them move in.
Yeah, and I mean they want to take it back. Obviously, it's the power they've lost. They got lazy or whatever actually happened. But we're also gonna see. Well, we did see the cartel, because that's later in the episode. But do we think that the Punisher did that? Hung the cartel up on meat hooks?
No.
I don't think that's his
That
style.
seemed a very un-Punisher thing to do, but it was still connected, right?
It's hard to say.
Yeah. We'll
They
find out, because the
they
cartel's
want
probably
you-
going to play a big
They
role
want you
too.
to think it's connected,
That's true. That's a good point.
but I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Hanging people up on meat hooks, I mean,
Because that was before the reveal that the Punisher was just one guy.
right.
Yeah.
That was before that.
So you were thinking, oh, this is a gang of people shooting this place up and hanging people on meat hooks. Like this is not Frank Castle. This is not no.
I have that has a very Irish kind of feel to it.
What, hanging them on meat hooks?
Yeah, and like in the back of a butcher shop in a freezer or something.
Oh,
It's-
so
it's
you
very
think that was
mob
the rest
style.
of that
Yeah.
was the rest of the Irish mob thinking that the cartel did it?
It's that's. I don't know why I associate it with like what I've seen in the past, but I associate people being tortured in a butcher shop or in a meat locker or in a meat freezer with the Irish mob, and I don't know why. but
Is
it
that a
just
Boondock Saints thing? It's been a while since I've seen Boondock Saints.
maybe I don't know, but it just feels like a very Irish thing to do. Maybe because I'm Irish and that's how I would torture somebody in a meat locker. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's
Okay,
ingrained.
cops.
I'm not going into a meat locker with you
I've never
Yeah,
been in
no,
one.
seriously.
for good reason.
Yes, probably.
I used to
You'll go
lock my
visit and
butler.
just start hanging people on the hooks.
I used
Can
to
I get
lock
your
my butler in
jacket?
the freezer.
You're supposed to take it off first, Mike. You're not supposed to hang them up with the jacket.
But yeah, like I said, I have no reason why I associate that the way I do. I just do.
Uh, so the thing I noticed about that scene with the mob was that they were all taken out through it looked like a blacked out window. Right? That you couldn't see through that window.
We do have things called infrared.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean, yeah,
mean,
no, I mean that I know, but I was like, that's a blacked out window.
he
It's interesting to take note, was all.
probably had an IR scope or something like that. I mean, blacked out
He's got
windows.
Well, we saw him with a red scope before. So,
Also, was it a blacked out window or was it just nighttime?
It looked like it had been painted over. I don't know.
Maybe it
now.
was a stained glass window.
'Cause I only really looked at it after it had been shot to hell. So it was only something I noticed after the fact.
All right,
Just was interesting to me.
I gotcha.
I don't know if it's gonna matter at all. So Nelson and Murdoch, they have lots of people lining up for them.
but they're broke.
They get paid in food, guys. There was a pie and just 40 pounds of bananas and just like fruit everywhere. And I'm standing there. I'm like, they get paid in food. That's adorable.
Well, I love that that's consistent across all of, that's something they've kept consistent. Comics, Nelson and Murdoch, they would get paid in whatever the people could pay them in. They, in trade or however you say, they took out their service in trade.
Yeah.
I don't know what the terminology is. They did that in the Ben Affleck as Matt Murdock version.
Did they?
Yes.
I don't know. That movie didn't actually exist. I think you're making it up.
So
Where
yeah, they got paid in good because whoever played Foggy in that movie.
Tony Stark's butler.
Right, Tony Stark's butler.
What's his name?
John Favreau.
Yes, Favreau.
Who
Yeah, he
directs
directed
half of the Marvel movies.
Well, he directed most of the Iron Man ones.
Yeah, he directed most of the Iron Man. He's like made some off comment like, "Oh, someone tried to pay us in 2 live chickens." So,
Yeah.
but it is adorable.
Oh no, I especially when Foggy was like, "That pie is mine." I called dibs.
That's mine. You can have this, but that pie is mine.
But they're flat broke.
Yeah.
And
They are, and they.
Matt's just like, we'll manage somehow.
I mean, we just talked about this on a one of our last Jessica Jones things. Like, hopefully, we said like hopefully Jessica's firm, and then we mentioned Nelson and Murdoch. Hopefully, they start seeing more success going forward. And I just hit me like that scene opens up, and I'm like, wow, they've seen a lot of success. Like they have 3 clients, and it's like, and that's just the 9 o'clocks. Would you like to hear about our 10 o'clocks?
Yeah.
Like, wow, holy shit, they're booked.
Sally in chat said the movie that shall not be named. I agree, Sally. There's no such movie.
You're
Never
right.
existed.
They are seeing success, but they're helping people who can't go anywhere else because they don't have the money to pay.
Right.
So they have a lot of clients who can't pay them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's that.
We might as well just move their office into a back alley somewhere and set it all up in cardboard boxes.
I mean, they might have to.
They're getting there.
They're getting there.
Needs moolah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be
money.
really tough for them. If
Well,
they're broke now and they still have to pay rent, and it doesn't seem like they're gonna have any, clients that can pay in the future. Even the mobster said he couldn't pay, right? Even the Irish guy said he couldn't
Who?
pay.
The guy they were protecting?
Yeah.
What was his name? Verado?
Yeah, Grotto.
Yeah, you're right. He said he couldn't pay even. And he's connected with the mob.
Yeah, the mob that just got shot to shit.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
why he can't pay.
Right, his bosses are all dead.
Yep.
His bosses are all dead, and the fact that he went to lawyers means he's dead to the rest of the mob, if there is, any left.
Right.
Good
If he
point.
wasn't
Anyone
before,
else.
he definitely is after going to them.
Yeah.
Well, rest in peace, that guy.
Yeah, seriously. He's not dead yet, though. Karen got away with him in the car.
And let's
Brilliant,
just,
though.
yeah, like, the whole scene through the hospital. I'm just like watching. I'm just like, oh, like that's when the illusion of Shane vanished and the Punisher came in for me.
Yeah.
Like, Dom, I know we just talked about how you have trouble letting go of characters, but you know what? That was it. That lifted the veil and just switched him over for me.
Like I said, Johnny Galecki, everybody, when I mention Johnny Galecki and they're like, oh, that kid from Roseanne? No, not the kid from Roseanne. The kid from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Anyway, like that scene for me, like he's lining up his shot on Grotto as they turn the corner.
Yeah.
Also, whose
yeah.
car was that?
That was the newspaper guy. Ben
Oh,
Urich's
that was
car.
Ben's car.
That was
Okay.
Ben's car.
Wow,
'Cause
I
that's
feel
what
like
she
a
said. She said
shit
it's
for
not-
forgetting him.
She said it's not my car. It belonged to a friend or something.
Where is he? He's dead, and I just completely forgot about Ben.
It was Ben's car.
Ooh,
yeah.
I am such a piece of shit.
And as soon as she said he's dead, I'm like, oh, this is Ben's car.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
yeah,
Anyway,
I
so
remember.
back to my original point. As they're lining up the shot and they're just taking so long on it, I'm like, he's not making the shot. I'm like, he would have shot him already if because they're
If he was
just
good.
building the suspense slow motion. I'm like, Daredevil's gonna interrupt him. There's no way that he's getting that shot off. Otherwise, the guy's brains would be all over Karen's lap right now.
Well, that's what I thought we were gonna see. I thought we were gonna hard cut to Karen with blood all over her.
Karen with blood and skull and brains juggling them as she's trying to
But
not crash.
He didn't have a good shot at the angle he was at. He had a good shot of Karen, but that wasn't his target. That was the problem.
Well,
Karen.
Right before he got interrupted, he had, Grotto dead center of his scope.
Well, the problem was the car was passing
Yeah.
in
Obstacles.
front of things like mailboxes and.
But it doesn't matter because-
street lamps. So
Doesn't matter because kick.
yeah, yo,
Run, kick.
that gun had such a high caliber. It was like you saw. I loved the scene at the crime scene.
Uh-huh.
Where like it zooms out of a hole in a guy's chest and it's just like, what fucking caliber bullet made that hole?
You'd actually be
Yeah.
surprised at how a
No,
308 would have made a hole like that.
From the distance he was at, though, from point blank,
Ye-
easily.
Yeah, from point. You know what? Right. As far as the whole hole, yes, an exit wound of that size, a 308. Anything 308 and up to a 50 cal would have made an exit wound that size, but an entry wound is
Especially from the distance it was fired at. You
Right.
you have to put that into mind as well.
he's probably carrying around a miniaturized tank cannon.
I bet. But that we
I
see
just- I
Officer
would-
Mahoney at the
I would
crime
love to see that scene from the outside, from the Punisher's point of view. Like, what the fuck the Punisher was firing off to make rounds. Like,
Yeah.
all I could picture is him setting up, like, a bunch of guns on, like, camera stands. Like, camera tripods. Like, all guns just
yeah.
set up. And him just, like, pulling a string and things just going off. And
Yeah.
he's not actually doing anything,
Just-
That's, in my head, that's the only way
Sounds-
that amount of bullets at that rate of fire could have been shot.
Sounds Wile E. Coyote-esque.
Yeah, but that's what's going on in my head.
So
anyway.
you mentioned Mahoney, and
Yes.
I was
Officer
told he
Mahoney.
has a bigger part this season.
I am so happy. Because I didn't realize it, and we talked about it in our Jessica Jones podcast, that Officer Mahoney wasn't Jessica Jones in the precinct when Kilgrave's doing his thing.
Right. And I have had two things mentioned to me about this season. That's one of them. Fortunately, neither of them were spoilers. I was ready to kill somebody.
Yeah, really. Luckily, no one else in my life watches Daredevil except for, us.
The internet.
Right.
No one's well, yeah, obviously the internet, but
The internet is part of your life.
so no one's gonna spoil it for me.
Everybody spoil it for Clay on Twitter right now.
But yeah, so I'm told Mahoney has more screen time, which
Yeah,
I'm
very happy
appreciative
about
of,
that.
because that's something we discussed.
I love the whole conversation because Mahoney's never nice to Foggy because he's Foggy pisses him off and stuff like that.
He buys his mom cigars.
It's so funny. But
The set
at
of
the end,
balls
Mahoney
on
walks away,
Foggy.
and
The set of balls on Foggy
Oh,
while
yeah.
you were mentioning him. Oh my god.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second. But it was when Mahoney walks away, and Foggy's just like, "Did you see that? He called me friend," and he was just like so happy about it.
Oh my god, I almost forgot about that scene with Foggy. Holy shit.
The Dogs of Hell. Are we moving on to the Dogs
Yeah,
of Hell?
let's discuss that before we discuss the closing scene with
Yeah.
Daredevil interrupting.
So I had no idea what Foggy was doing. He had a friend. I thought like maybe it was a good friend, but it was apparently just some guy he knew in 3rd grade.
Right.
It's like, Foggy, what are you doing? And that guy ended up was killed in that attack.
Yeah, which
And-
Foggy had no clue.
Foggy had no idea. Cause it was a friend from 3rd grade.
Foggy, you want to get killed? Because that's how you get killed.
He's got some balls. That's
Yeah.
all I have to say about that.
I wonder if we're gonna see that guy again.
You think it's because he's trying to prove himself to Matt? That's why he did that? 'Cause
Maybe?
it kind of happened right after their conversation.
Yeah.
And then, they went in and started talking to the police officer, and they got information, and Foggy's like, no, I got this. And, because he feels like the sidekick of the superhero duo that can't do anything because he's not a superhero. So I feel like Foggy's trying to make it up in other ways by being
Maybe.
stupid.
Well, I think that's definitely gonna get addressed. Matt and Foggy's relationship.
Good. But yeah, the pair of balls on Foggy. Anyway.
That is if Matt survives.
That is if Matt.
Wait, you think
Come the
Daredevil's
fuck
dead?
on.
Yep.
Marvel presents
Yep.
Daredevil, where the main character is dead in the first episode.
Yep. Clearly.
Well, I mean, we already
Be an interesting artistic
we
choice.
know that his suit's made out of like a thicker version of Fisk's bulletproof suit shit. So
Also, can we yeah.
he's probably got a concussion like nobody's business. He also fell off a roof.
Couple things to mention. First off,
So probably not in good shape, but not dead.
I'm amazed that the Punisher held his own. Frank, it wasn't just a complete smackdown by Daredevil, which is how most of his fights, with the exception of Nobu and Fisk,
yeah.
went. Nobu just fucking cleaned the fucking floor with him. But anyway, so he held his own, and then just suddenly comes out this where did he pull that gun from? His ankle? Or out of his back or something? I don't know where he pulled it from.
Well, he's Punisher. He's a walking arsenal.
You're right.
He
He's
knows
got guns
what to
everywhere.
pull
He
that
probably
out of.
pulled that. He probably had it on a leg holster or something like that.
Yeah, something.
Something Matt didn't notice. He just pulled it out, and it's just like, bang. But if you notice, Matt kind of made like a catching motion before he fell off the roof. Like as the gun went off, he made like this sweeping motion with his hand.
You think he grabbed the bullet?
I think he tried, or I think he tried to catch it, and maybe even succeeded in catching it. I don't know. But because when the gun goes, he pulled out, he says bang, and then you see, as the muzzle flash goes off, Matt's hand is, right in front of it, making a closing motion. But then he falls off the roof.
Well, I missed that. What I saw was him, it looked like it hit his head went flying first.
It's possible he tried to catch and failed.
Yeah, that's true.
And it clipped him. Where it clipped him, I'll have no idea.
I just know that whole fight scene was badass, and it was really cool to see the Punisher not trying to kill Matt until he realizes Matt is not going to leave him alone. He tried to walk away from that fight.
He did a couple times, and I mean, but that's the Punisher's whole MO. He's not after the innocent. The only way he's going to kill an innocent is if they get in his way.
Yeah.
And even then, he
that's
wouldn't.
true.
And even then, he probably wouldn't kill them. He would injure.
Bang.
He would injure or maim, but not kill.
Dobby only meant to maim or injure.
Bang. So,
Yeah, no.
aptly titled first episode. Bang.
Oh yeah, totally.
As in the last word stated.
Bang. And we're off with a bang.
I hope
So-
every episode ends with the last word or every title is the last word of the episode.
So how fucked up do you think Matt is?
I think he's hurt.
I think he's fine. He's gonna walk it off.
Yeah, we'll open the next episode him hanging off like the fire
His
escape
foot,
or some shit.
Yeah, his foot got caught in like somebody's window air conditioning unit,
Yeah.
or he's laying across the top of one.
You know, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's something I noticed, and this was in the like, I rewatched season 1 of Daredevil about 10 days ago, week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and you know they had the promotional like still image for season 2 up, right? Him in his suit, and he's standing there with like a smile on his face, like he's about to jump and like attack somebody.
Yeah.
And something I noticed, his helmet's cracked in that picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So you think he did get hit in the face?
he might have actually got hit in the face.
Yeah, I think so. Because that's what it looked like to me, because his head was the first thing to move after the gun went off, and then he just fell off the roof.
Yeah.
But I think that stuff is I mean, obviously it's bulletproof, but I think it's tough enough to not have it pierce.
And
I think he has a concussion.
Oh yeah, you get shot in the face, you're gonna have a
Oh,
concussion.
he's fine. He's gonna.
He's
walk
fine.
it
He's
off.
gonna walk it off.
He will walk it off.
Hey,
He's
Luke.
the Daredevil. That's like exclusively all he does.
Look, Luke Cage walked off a shotgun blast to the head.
Well,
That's
More like-
different.
that's very different, and it's
That
also
is
more like
very
Jessica
different.
and Claire carried him, like dragged him around the
Uh,
city until he woke up.
You know whose apartment he's gonna be crawling into next episode.
It's like, hi, Claire.
It's like, Claire. Hi, how you doing? Long time no
Do you think
see.
we're gonna see any
Shot
Jessica
in the
Jones
face.
characters in this season?
I want to see Malcolm. We talked about this in the Jessica Jones podcast. I want to see Malcolm. I think Malcolm or Jerry Hogarth. I
Right.
think
The
those
other,
two would be really good to see.
the first thing that was mentioned to me was that we get a lot more of Mahoney. The other thing, and they didn't tell me any specifics, but that Jessica Jones characters are name dropped a lot.
Ah, yes.
Sweet.
So
Sweet.
those are my only 2 bits
Very
of
good.
potentially spoilerish information that I know, and they're not even spoilers.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Like,
To me, the Netflix Marvel is all I need for Marvel right now.
You
I don't
know
need
what?
movies.
I
Well,
unfortunately
I-
have to agree with.
I do want to see Civil War. I'm very excited for
With
Civil
Civil War coming
Civil
out.
War.
If Civil War is anything,
Yep.
is even 90% of the quality of Winter Soldier, I will be more than happy.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
I'm probably overhyping myself because of how good Winter Soldier was and how much I enjoyed it.
The thing for me is Winter Soldier. I wasn't super impressed with until Shield's collapse,
Yeah.
and when that happened, my jaw dropped, and I couldn't focus on the rest of the movie because all I thought of is what the fuck just happened to the TV show. That's all
Well,
I
you
thought
see,
through the
that's-
whole movie.
That tie-in is what I expect from the tie-in between S.H.I.E.L.D. and Civil War.
Right.
Ultron's tie-in was a bit of a letdown. I mean, I could overlook it because, I mean, it wasn't...
Words were mentioned. Like, oh look,
Yeah,
this
that's
shit
it.
happens
They
in
mentioned
Sokovia.
it,
That's
and then... But because what was happening in S.H.I.E.L.D. was so different and just so important
I just like
that it was a little disconnected, which
The-
is fine. But Civil War, I think, is going to
the
be
end
so
of Civil
integral to
War.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, the end of Civil War. All is said and done. People are recovering. For whatever reason, Tony and Steve are in the same room, like with grumpy faces on, and Coulson just walks in like, "What the fuck?"
I want him to come in and just like smack the two of them on the back of the head, like Snape does to Ron and Harry.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very, very disappointed if Coulson is not in Civil War.
Turn to page 394.
Oh,
So.
I'll
Yeah,
be
but-
really sad if he is not. It's about
Daredevil,
time.
these Netflix, Jessica Jones, whatever. This is all I need from Marvel. Like, give me this.
Because they're so
I'm
well done.
I don't know. Big blockbuster movies aren't doing it for me anymore. The TV shows is where it's at for me.
And you know what?
well,
Netflix is a great medium for it because they have there's no censorship. They don't have to care if the movie, if it's too violent. if it's too, adult oriented, they don't have to care if there's boobs flopping across the screen. They can do whatever the hell they want. They don't
Yes.
have,
More of that, please.
And that's
There you go.
that's why I think Daredevil, Jessica Jones, those are the ones that need to be on Netflix.
Yeah, because they are more.
Like they belong there. That's where they have to live.
I guess they
And
are
you
the
can
more
show,
adult oriented.
like, we talked about this. You can show, like, were we talking about this? What were we talking about? But like in Avengers, the first Avengers, you didn't see anybody die in the attack on Manhattan, but in Jessica Jones, they were like, yeah, people died. It happened.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
see this other side of this world.
I mean, the Avengers, if they could have gotten away with an R rating, how much more brutal the Avengers would have been.
Oh yeah.
I think.
But
I think with the Deadpool movie, though, with the success of that, we're gonna start seeing a couple more movies start branching out into the comic book. The superhero movies could start to branch out in that direction.
You might get a
Which
couple
is-
more R rated ones.
Which
Yeah.
is fine for a couple of them, but like Avengers, I think needs to stay Avengers is the way it is, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
And
Yeah.
That's fine.
Kevin,
Everybody gets saved, nobody dies. That's fine.
whoever's in
But
charge of
seeing
Marvel
the
now.
other side of this world through
What do you
Daredevil and
mean?
Jessica
Coulson
Jones.
died
Not really, dude.
in that movie. He did.
That's true. He was dead.
But they did say that there are no plans for any upcoming Marvel movies to be rated R.
That's I'm
And
fine.
from supposedly, they will never release one, but who knows? I mean, Deadpool did really good.
But I like how
Not
how they're
Avengers
doing
good, but
it.
really good.
They're keeping the violence to Netflix, to these shows.
They're keeping the real violence to
The
Netflix.
real violence. Yeah, no, definitely. And
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say for this first episode of Daredevil.
Good. I can go start watching episode 2.
Immediately, Mike goes watch episode 2. So, Dom, where can they find you?
You can find me down below at Phenomenon. PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon. Oh, Mike, sorry. Mike, where can they find you?
That's okay. I almost forgot about the music. You can almost forget about me. It's okay. They can find me below at Philodrin on Twitter. That would have been easier.
And you can find me at Cleomoto on Twitch, Twitter, and Pinterest. You can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and video games. Until next time, bye-bye. Enjoy Daredevil, because I know I will.
I'm gonna go watch it right now.
I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of this.
Dead.
I gotta agree with Sally Noble. Closing note: Avengers needs to stay where it's at.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.